There's a moment, just a split second, when light hits an opal at the perfect angle, and suddenly it comes alive. Reds flicker into greens, blues ripple into golds. It's almost as if the stone is holding a storm of color beneath its surface. But what exactly is an opal? And why has this mysterious gemstone fascinated humans for thousands of years? Today, we're diving deep into the world of opals, their origins, their history, their uses, and a few hidden secrets you might not expect. Let's start at the beginning. Opals are not crystals, at least not in the traditional sense. Instead, they're made of tiny silica spheres packed together in a repeating pattern. When light passes through these spheres, it bends and diffracts, creating that signature play of color. Think of it like a microscopic prism, except there are millions of them working together. Opals form when silica-rich water seeps into cracks in rocks. Over time, sometimes millions of years, the water evaporates, leaving behind those tiny spheres. If the conditions are just right, they align perfectly, and that's when the magic happens. Around 95% of the world's precious opals come from one place: Australia. In the dry, dusty outback, towns like Coober Pedy and Lightning Ridge have become legendary among gem hunters. In fact, Coober Pedy is so hot that many residents live underground to stay cool while searching for treasure beneath their feet. But Australia isn't the only source. Ethiopia has become a major player in recent years, producing vibrant, often translucent opals with unique patterns. Mexico is famous for its fiery orange and red fire opals. Each region gives opals their own personality, almost like a fingerprint of the earth. Opals haven't just fascinated geologists, they've captivated entire civilizations. The ancient Romans believed opals were the most powerful of all gemstones, combining the beauty of every other gem into one. They called them opalus, meaning precious stone. In medieval Europe, opals were seen as symbols of hope, purity, and truth. Some even believed they granted invisibility, if wrapped in a fresh bay leaf and held just right. But not all stories were so kind. By the 19th century, opals had developed a reputation for bad luck, thanks in part to literature and superstition. Sales dropped dramatically, and the gem's popularity suffered. Ironically, this curse was mostly a myth. Today, opals are once again celebrated for their beauty and uniqueness. From rings and necklaces to earrings and brooches, opals are prized for their one-of-a-kind appearance. No two opals are ever exactly alike, making each piece of jewelry truly unique. They're the birthstone for October and are often associated with creativity, inspiration, and emotional expression. In some cultures, opals are believed to amplify feelings, both good and bad. Now, let's talk about some of the cooler, lesser-known secrets of opals. First, there's something called a black opal. Despite the name, these aren't actually black. Instead, they have a dark body tone that makes their colors appear more intense and vivid. These are among the rarest and most valuable opals in the world. Then, there are hydrophane opals, mostly found in Ethiopia. These stones can actually absorb water, temporarily changing their appearance, sometimes becoming more transparent or losing their color until they dry out again. Scientists have even studied opals to develop materials that manipulate light. The same structure that makes them beautiful could influence future technologies. In other words, opals aren't just pretty. They might help shape the future. But perhaps the most remarkable thing about opals is this: they're unpredictable. Some flash like lightning. Others resemble oceans, or even entire galaxies. So the next time you see an opal, take a closer look. You're not just looking at a gemstone. You're looking at millions of years of geological coincidence, cultural history, and natural artistry, all captured in a single shimmering surface. A tiny universe of color. hidden in stone. And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes opals truly special.